You aren't tired because you're doing too much. You are tired because you are doing too much of what does not matter. We live in an age that worships the grind. We wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor, a status symbol that proves we are important. We have been convinced that if we aren't producing, we aren't existing. But in the Stillness Smithy, we see exhaustion for what it truly is. It is not a sign of strength, it is a leak. Think about the forge. If the bellows are pumping constantly, but there is no iron in the fire, you are just wasting air. You are burning fuel for no purpose. You are heating an empty shop. Most of us are currently burning air. We are performing for lives we haven't even built yet. We are reacting to notifications, answering the demands of strangers, and chasing likes that leave us colder than when we started. The philosopher Byung-Chul warned us about the Burnout society. He said we are no longer oppressed by external bosses, but by ourselves. We have become our own masters and our own slaves. We take advantage of our own energy and call it ambition. We work until we break and call it dedication. But movement without direction is just drifting. The price of this noise is your soul. When you are constantly exhausted, you lose the ability to be present. You lose the ability to see the sunsets you once ignored. You become a machine running on a schedule that was never written for you. There is an old story of a young apprentice who wanted to become the greatest blacksmith in the land. He worked 20 hours a day. He kept his fire roaring from dawn until midnight. He never let the bellows rest. But his blades were always brittle. They snapped at the first strike. Finally, he went to the master smith. He said, "I provide the most heat. I do the most work. Why is my iron weak?" The master looked at the exhausted boy and said, "You forget that fire needs more than fuel. It needs space. It needs air. If you never stop pumping the bellows, you choke the flame." Real growth is not a 24/7 grind. It is a cycle. Heat and rest, refinement and reflection. Most of us are afraid to stop because we think the world will move on without us. We think that if we are quiet, if we don't respond, if we aren't active, we will be forgotten. But in the Stillness Smithy, we teach a different truth. There is a profound difference between being forgotten and being unreachable. Being unreachable is not a sign of weakness. It is a luxury. It is a form of power. It is the realization that your energy is a finite resource, and you are the only one who can guard the gate. Think of the master smith. He does not keep his shop door open to every traveler on the road. If he did, he would never have the focus to forge a masterpiece. He closes the door. He shuts out the noise. He makes himself unreachable so that he can become effective. You cannot cure a burnout by doing more. You cure it by doing less. To the person listening who feels like they can't take another step, stop trying to fix your exhaustion with more productivity. You cannot cure a fire by adding more wood. You need the courage to be still. You need to step away from the anvil. You need to let the fire settle into embers. Tonight, before the week consumes you, ask yourself one heavy question. Am I building a life, or am I just surviving a schedule? If you are just surviving, it is time to change the tracks. One day, time will leave you. Make sure it leaves knowing you weren't just a machine running on empty. Make sure it leaves knowing you were whole. Welcome back to the Forge.